Welcome back to a new YouTube video. Today we will be reading some unpopular opinions and I'm also gonna share my opinion on them. So, first of all is that megas are ugly and neons are better. So, I sometimes do agree on this because, let me check if I have a mega in my inventory right now. Yeah, I do. Here, a mega cockroach. I sometimes agree because it does look ugly on some pets, but like I really like how it looks, and preppies also like how megas look. Because they're just cuter and they have more value too. So yeah. Second, we have the nursery should be revamped and Adopt Me should be more of an RP type game, which I kind of agree with. So first of all, I agree with the nursery being revamped, but Adopt Me being more of an RP type game and values not existing might upset many people because I feel like the value side of Adopt Me is also really good because it gives people something to do, and doing those challenges basically wouldn't exist without values. So yeah, that's my opinion on that one. So next up we have that owls are poorly designed and that crows are better, which I kind of agree with because I'm gonna show you guys an owl in my journal real quick. I obviously don't have one because I'm broke, but it just kind of looks like a big blob with wings and some tiny legs and then eyes, and it's kind of weird. Like, yeah, and people are saying the crow is better and should have more value. Let me show you guys a crow. People like it way more in normal version, in neon version, and in mega version too. So yeah, but personally I do think it has a bit of a clear design. And I would totally rather have a mega crow or a normal crow than an owl because I don't know, I just prefer the crow more. But I feel like I would prefer a parrot over any of these, not gonna lie. Um, okay, so next one is that is that people who beg. This is kind of my own unpopular opinion. Beggars, right? Like the people who say please free pet, I'm new to the game, should really just grind, make bucks, get eggs, and then trade because, like, it's not like you're homeless in real life, right? You can grind and make bucks and get eggs. You don't have to stay poor. Or get Robux if you want and if like your parents give you the option to. Because, like, you don't have to beg, and if you beg, you're only gonna get like 3 pets, I don't know, maybe a day, 3 pets a day. While if you just grind it, you could literally get way more, and you would have to play for way less. So yeah, that's just crazy to me. Guys, next unpopular opinion is that the Adami Trading Values website is inaccurate and GG or Elv is better, which I kind of totally agree with because I don't know, I just feel like it's not updated very frequently. I don't have data for that, but yeah, and I don't know, I've seen like somebody comparing a bunch of neons or megas exotics to a frost dragon, and and they were like I think under for frost or some no over for frost or something like that, right? So I think it's really inaccurate and over GG is better. But guys, I hate the people who like compare Elv and GG, right? Because I saw a person's profile and it kind of made me angry because they were like, I use GG and if you use Elv you should switch to GG because GG is way better than Elv. And I don't know, it just kind of made me angry because that's dumb. That's like, That's like basically changing someone's beliefs. But it's not that serious, but you know what I'm saying, guys. Next thing was that happy values should be used more, which I kind of agree with because Adami has become like a huge value based game and nobody really accepts trades anymore unless it's a win for them or like the pet that they're trading for is an exotic or a high tier because I just feel like people only want wins and stuff. But guys, okay, so there might be some controversy on this one. Because, I don't know, some people like values, some people use happy values, but if you use happy values all the time, you're gonna go broke. I don't know, that's just my opinion. Could be wrong, but I feel like a mix of both happy values and normal values is good because, like, I did a pretty fair trade or a really small lose for my alpaca, even though I really wanted the alpaca. Okay, guys, so the next one is no pet is hard to trade. People are just impatient and label it as hard to trade. Yeah, I kind of totally agree on this one because, guys, like, I had one of those. It's like I don't even know. It's spelled HAE TAE, right? Because I don't know how to pronounce that. But it was a bunch of people were saying it's hard to trade, and I traded it for a CCBD, and then that CCBD for a SSBD, right? And then I traded the SSBD for a Peppermint Penguin, so I just got a nice little upgrade there. But everybody was saying it was hard to trade. So you just have to find the right person that wants your pet to be able to trade it because it's not that hard. But a bunch of people are just super impatient because doing this can take a lot of time. Like it took me days, I think. But I just got really lucky and found the person that wanted it like pretty quick. Yeah. But some people like take a lot of time on it and just label it as really hard to trade and then either don't try and trade it or trade it for an underpay because the pet I traded was like a 13 on elf, right? But it was hard to trade and nobody really wanted it. And I got declined on a bunch of times, so I had to trade it for a CCBD, which was like really under. Um, okay, not really under. It was like under by 2 at that time or something like that because values change. But at that time it was under by like 2. But I don't regret the trade at all because I think it was kind of ugly too, but yeah. Okay guys, so this one is kind of controversial too, but there was somebody saying that if you got scammed by a picador, spin the wheel, or like one of these obvious scams, it's on you. Well, I feel like this, I kind of agree, but I don't at the same time. Let me tell you why. So, if you're an experienced Adopt player, like, you don't even have to be that experienced. You have to be playing like I am for a few years, right? Or even 1 year. I feel like my voice just cracked there. I feel like you can avoid those scams, but if it's like a little kid, then yeah. Because little kids are more prone to scams and don't really know any better. Okay, I fixed my voice crack. But anyway, as I was just saying, little kids are more prone to get scammed because they're little, and if the scammer says I'm gonna give you a shadow dragon if you win, but give me your best pet first, they're gonna be like, oh my god, I'm gonna get a shadow dragon, but other people know better. But I feel like if it's hacking or one of the less obvious scams, then no, that's not on you. But if you're an experienced Adopt player and still manage to fall for those scams, like, I'm gonna be less sympathetic about it. Because I have a friend who kept falling for scams, and at one point I just started telling her, okay, yeah, that's cool or something. Because I would literally tell her not to do it, because we'll be on call, like, very often. And once I told her not to do it, and she literally went ahead and did it. So yeah, I just stopped being sympathetic when she would constantly complain about being scammed. So I don't know. That's just kind of what she would do, like every time, and it just got really tiring. So I just kind of ended up being less sympathetic, and I think at one point she quit. I don't really know why she quit. Maybe she didn't like the game anymore, but I don't think she had a lot of pets either. So maybe that's why. But yeah, guys, don't get scammed, and just don't give your pets to anyone, no matter what they say. Like, it might be hard, okay, but only if you want to demonstrate that they're a scam. Because sometimes I do like tell them I'm recording this and give them a pet, and if they scam, like, I can post it, but I don't actually record. Sometimes I do record, but they don't scam, so I don't have what to post. um but yeah, basically. So that's kind of like it about this video. I know it was kind of short, but I really had to like make a script and stuff, and I don't have anything to talk about. Oh wait, there's one more thing. Um, People don't want updates every Friday because they don't have any time to grind and they need to grind a new update. Sometimes I agree on this, but I like updates every Friday. Like, if you finish work, school, whatever, right? You come back home and you have a you have a new update to play. Um, but like, I kind of also agree because sometimes it's just literally so annoying not having any time to grind because you're grinding for the update, and then a new update comes out and you want to grind for the update again because the pets are gonna leave and they're gonna gain value and blah 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 whatever. Okay, guys, so I actually found one more. People like, I somebody hates people who complain about the Robux pet, which I personally agree on because, guys, like, every Adopt Me update is sometimes has a Robux pet or something you can buy with Robux, right? But it also has a bunch of free to play things. Yeah, guys. So, like, as I was saying, I had to go AFK for a bit, but Adopt Me updates are usually like very free to play friendly, and they have a bunch of pets. Like the Cherry Blossom update had the Robux Cabot and Sakura Spirit, right? But you had the Super Saru, the Kage Crow, the Kappa Kid, and the Bakeneko, like, for free to play stuff, and then a bunch of stuff you could get with Cherry Blossoms. So I really don't see the problem, like, if they add one Robux pet, because they have to pay the developers, guys. It's not one person running Adopt Me. They have a bunch of developers, and since they like put out a new update every week, which I think is really fun, the devs also need to be paid, obviously, because, as I previously said, there's not one person behind the computer making all of these updates. So yeah, currently I don't know if there's an update, or maybe I'm just blind and I forgot. No, there isn't, because the fairground just left. Oh yeah, they updated the camping shop this Friday. I'm sorry. But like, yeah, I just find it really annoying. Like, people who complain. Like, I get the fact that sometimes you can't get the pet and you're like, oh, I really like that pet. But to complain about the pet is kind of disrespectful, you know? Okay, guys, so with that, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the video. If you enjoyed, please like, share, and subscribe. And make sure to comment down below if you want me to do more videos like this. See you on the next one. Bye!